Yeah. Alright, thank you. Cool. We coming. Yeah. So we on our way to Linden right now to meet a very, 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 very special person. Here we go.
Nothing wrong with dancing, but our culture, nowhere's rotating, no. Don't let the devil tempt you. Christian from the Caribbean and music is a part of our life. Yeah, we dance and raise flag, but we represent Jesus Christ. Can't promote no reveling, cause the Bible don't tell me them thing is sin. Used to do them thing before, but Jesus cleansed me from deep within. So no more party, no. No more drinking, no. Cause Jesus saved me, but me dance when the gospel hit me. Caribbean Christian and dancing in my blood. Caribbean Christian and dancing in my blood, my blood. Caribbean Christian and dancing in my blood. Caribbean Christian and dancing in my blood, my blood. Boy, yeah. Don't hold me, let me dance. Don't hold me, let me dance.
There was a time when I wasn't so cool. I was like about 15, purposeless, aimless, confused. I didn't really know where I was going. I wanted to do so much and ended up doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one day I was in school, finishing off school, and a teacher said to me, "Hey, you look like you're running mad." And I mean, that was somebody I highly respected. And she said, "You look like," this thing hit me like a bolt of lightning. I said, "What?" But when I checked, it wasn't kind of true in the sense, but I recognized it was the confusion.
Mm-hmm.
And then in that confusion, I started to recognize there must be something greater and something better. I don't know what happened. I just found myself somewhere around by a church. And in those days, they had video shows. It was quite different from what we see now. And they were showing this picture, The Born in Hell. Well, brother, I must tell you, what I saw that day, I just decided I ain't going to hell.
Uh-huh.
And I went up. It was in a building. I went up there and I gave my life to Jesus. And Sam, I could tell you, is a complete 360. I don't know if you want to call it a 180 or 360, but my life turned right around. Believe me, at 15 was running fast. I was following a big brother who died on Christmas Eve day. He started smoking. I didn't smoke though. But I was following him. He was like the idol in the family. Because this man could dance, he could any game, anything he puts his hand to, he was excellent. Mm-hmm. And we copied the party in part. We liked the party in part because there was lots of fun. And God turned me around from that because believe me, I saw myself, if God didn't save me, I would have been dead. Serious. Because of what this man taught us. He died first, Christmas Eve day at age 17. You can imagine the speed. Mm-hmm. And I was 13 then. I got saved 2 years after that, and I believe all those things were divine in that God was using that to bring me to and awake me. Mm-hmm. And after that, my life was never the same again. My father was cool. He leveled with everybody. He had a high profile position, but you'd never know because he was the coolest cat you'd ever see. And I looked at him and I said, you know what, simplicity is the way to go. If you could level with people. And then after I got saved, I learned that from Jesus. Jesus was a man, imagine at his crucifixion, they had to show somebody who was Jesus. Mm-hmm. I know if they had some other people who had a chance to be Jesus, you would have found out early o'clock. Yeah. They would have had so much stars and stripes and bodyguards and all those things. But in my life, it was so different. And God took me down a whole different path, And I'm so joyful because I believe at one point I was hopeless. And anybody watching this could know that there is hope in Jesus. You don't have to allow the situations to pull you down. Mm-hmm. I was hopeless at age 15, but Jesus brought hope. That's my testimony. It might not be big thing, I been in gangs and all that, but hopelessness could lead to death. And we know what's happening with lots of our young people who are hopeless. Jesus turned my life around. The rest is history. And here I am today. I did not imagine this journey, that's true. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Paul, he said I was the chiefest sinner, and God counted me worthy to put me in the ministry. This is me. So I have no fuss or nothing because I know all my life, everything about my life is strictly God. Mm-hmm. So this is my testimony, simple, straightforward, but one that brought me from hopelessness and despair to a place where God is helping me to fulfill purpose and destiny. Mm-hmm. And I believe anybody could do that. Once you find Jesus Christ, that's the most important thing. Once you come to know Him as Lord and Savior, He could transform.
We are a royal priesthood, chosen generation. What does that mean to you? For me, it's profound, knowing that God decided what we were. We didn't have to go look for Him, and then He decided if He wanted us. He wanted us even before we even knew who He was.
I like that, and I'll tell you why I like it. I like it, Samuel, because Sammy, because I discovered that God called you something you didn't even know you were.
Yes.
You know? So why do you think that I'm nothing, I'm nobody says you're royalty? You're a royal priesthood. You're a holy nation. You're a peculiar person. You know? Are people of His own. You have identity. Man, that's something to turn your life around.
Yeah.
You know? And it's something to really, really sit down and think about. I think lots of us haven't even thought about that thing. Your royalty stems from what God has called us to be. We are a royal priesthood. But I believe the concept makes us understand that we have worth, we have value, and in God's sight we are validated, and that's powerful.
Yeah.
That is powerful.
Validation from God.
Yeah,
Himself.
validation from God Himself. Some people look to be validated by some minister, the government, somebody, but God Himself validates you. That's powerful. It can't get better, it can't get higher.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Oh my God. I'm Selwyn Sills, and this is my royalty story. What's yours? And by the way, I'm going to be at the royalty concert. Looking forward to see you there.
So listen, I came all the way to Linden just to hear Pastor Sills' story, because I believe that he had something to say, and indeed he had a lot to say. And I believe that you have something to say too. But unfortunately, I can't travel throughout the whole of Guyana and the Caribbean and the world just to record your story. So this is my challenge to you. This is not the ice bucket challenge, this is not the mannequin challenge. Get in front of your camera, hit the record button, record your royalty story. Don't be ashamed. Talk about what Christ did for you, about where He brought you from, where He has you now, and where He's going to take you, and post it. And let us hear about your I Am Royalty story.